Hey guys, welcome back. Today on The Untidy Artist, we are making bath bombs. This is one of my very favorite bath bombs. I love the gold on top. I think it's so beautiful. I'm making a big batch of these for family and friends, and I thought it would be fun to show you guys exactly how I make them. Stick around until the end. I will show you exactly how I package these and where I get everything. Also, if you enjoy this, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend that loves bath bombs, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. It helps me out so much. Okay, let's grab some supplies and get started. I do have 2 bath bomb videos that break down these steps a lot slower. I will link both of those below. So first of all, we have our dry ingredients. This is our baking soda, white kaolin clay, epsom salt, and SLSA, or sodium lauryl sulfacetate. The only dry ingredient that's not measured in there is our citric acid. And I add this at the end. I'll explain as I go. I worked at Lush for 4 years, and this is a trick I learned from working there. And then we will need all of our liquid ingredients. So in this, I have my fragrance oil, my 91% rubbing alcohol, my avocado oil, but you could also use almond oil, and my Polysorbate 80. The recipe I'm using is linked below. It's from Dean Wilson, and he's amazing. And if you're not following him, you need to. I will put his link below. The fragrance oil we're using is called Awaken. It's actually a Lush duplicate for a fragrance they call AVOCADO. It's bright and citrusy, and I think it's just perfect for the cold winter months because it's just happy and uplifting. Definitely one of my favorites. And then our Polysorbate 80, I get tons of questions about why I use this. It helps the mica disperse into the water and not just float on top. It also helps to emulsify everything together and help the oils that are in the bath bomb release into the water better. I've got some 91% rubbing alcohol in a spray bottle. And I also have some that I'll be using to splatter the gold on top of our bath bombs. I have a big whisk, a small whisk, a spoon, and a little spatula. And then I've also got some measuring spoons, and we'll be using this to measure out our mica. And then the mica we'll be using, I actually did an unboxing of this. This is this gorgeous soft gold color. It's called Rapunzel. I'll be using this to splatter on the top of our bath bombs. And the other one I'll be using is called Gold Dust. These are both from Nurture Soap. This is environmentally safe, which I love. This is an amazing soap company. I'll put links for everything below. And also Super Sparkles. This is optional. This is just a super sparkly mica that we're going to add to the actual bath bomb. It kind of makes it look like snow, and I think it's super festive. And then you'll need some bath bomb molds. These are my favorite. I got them on Amazon. I will see if I can find the link for those and put them below. Also, if you're not a big fan, or if you don't have luck with getting this sphere-shaped bath bomb, you might want to think about using a mooncake press. And I do have, that's one of the tutorials I'll link below, where I break down the steps. It is a lot easier than forming the bath bomb with the molds. Okay, let's get started. So we have our dry ingredients, and we're going to give this a good stir. And this does kick up some dust, so if you're sensitive to that, I would wear a mask. Then we're going to measure in a teaspoon of our Super Sparkles. Once again, this is optional. It makes them so pretty. It really makes them look like snow. And then I'm going to carefully stir my mica into my dry ingredients. And you can see all of that glitter floating around in the air. And I go back and forth between my spatula and my whisk. And I just really want to make sure that all of those dry ingredients are evenly incorporated. Then we're going to set that aside. So this is my liquid ingredients, and I'm going to just give this a good stir. And then all we're going to do is take our dry ingredients. I used to drizzle this in slowly. Now I just dump it in. Works the same way. And I'm going to kind of get that started, stir it a little bit, and then I'm going to take my measuring cup, and I'm going to put some of the dry ingredients in the measuring cup to get the rest of the fragrance oil out of the bottom of the measuring cup. You'd be surprised at how much is still in the bottom of your measuring cup, and we don't want to waste any of the beautiful fragrance oil. So once I've got the liquid ingredients added to my dry ingredients, I'm actually going to take this over to my KitchenAid. And using my paddle attachment, I'm going to let it stir for about 3 or 4 minutes. I do like to pause and scrape down the sides to make sure everything gets nicely combined. This is what it will look like. And now that we've got all of that combined together, all of our liquid ingredients with all of our dry ingredients, except the citric acid, now it's time to add the citric acid. And by doing this, it'll give us a fizzier bath bomb. So using my paddle attachment, I slowly pour the citric acid into my mixture while it's mixing. I like to pause and scrape the sides. I let it mix for about 2 minutes, and then now's the time to test it. And you can see I finally put my gloves on. You want the mixture to be able to form into a ball in your hand. So when you form it into a ball and drop it back into the bowl, you want it to hold its shape. So this isn't quite ready. So what I'll do is I'll add maybe 6 to 8 sprays of my rubbing alcohol at a time. And then I stop, I scrape down the sides, and I check it again. And as soon as that mixture holds together, when you drop it back into the bowl, you're ready to go. Then I grab my whisk and I give it a nice stir. We want our mixture to be light and airy. And I'm going to scoop some of the mixture into 1/2 of the mold. And you can see I'm not pressing it down. I'm almost cupping it in my hand like you'd be making a snow cone. And then I'm going to take the 2 halves and push them together. There is tons more information in those 2 basic bath bomb tutorials that will be linked below. I break down these steps a lot slower. Also, any questions you guys have, put them in the comments below and I'd be happy to answer them. I'll also put some frequently asked questions below to hopefully help you out about ingredients and such. Then I press the 2 molds together, grab a spoon, I tap on both sides to release the bath bomb. And once it's released on both sides, I actually leave it in half of the mold to dry. So I'm going to make one more to show you here. So I'm taking my whisk, I stir between every bath bomb I make. I'm carefully scooping the mixture into my mold. And you can see I'm just kind of cupping my hand over it. Then I press them together, and I really press that mixture together. Use your muscles. And then I grab my spoon, tap it on both sides to make sure that the bath bomb releases. And ta-da! And I will continue to do this with the rest of the mixture. Okay, so once I have them all formed, I am going to let them sit for a few hours. And you can see I have each one in a half mold. I also made a little baby one. So after they've sat for about 4 hours, I flip them over and I'm going to let them dry for another 4 hours. And I actually keep doing this, letting them dry evenly on both sides for up to 24 hours. So obviously leave them overnight and then in the morning flip them over again. But this gives me a perfectly round bath bomb. By letting it dry in that half of the mold, it's not going to start kind of pressing down. And sometimes you can get a flat bottom on your bath bomb. This way, it gives you a perfectly round, hard bath bomb. I hope that makes sense. And you can see how pretty those sparkles are. Now, so I do have a tutorial where I show you how to paint on the top of bath bombs. I've taken some of my mica, this is the gold dust, and I've mixed it with rubbing alcohol. And you want to use rubbing alcohol because it won't react on the top of your bath bomb. That tutorial does show you exactly how to splatter the paint on, or the mica on top of your bath bomb. So this is the Rapunzel, and you can see what a beautiful, just soft gold this is. So pretty, and I love these 2 combined. So what I'm going to do is I've got these mixed up, and I'm going to splatter them across the top of my bath bomb. So I've got my gold dust. Super sparkly. It's so beautiful. But like, this honestly doesn't do it justice. It's so pretty. And then I have my Rapunzel, which is just the beautiful soft gold. So what you want to do on this part is start with the Rapunzel. Start with the lighter gold. We want the sparkly gold dust to be on top. It'll show up more. So I splatter the Rapunzel first, and then I splatter the gold dust over the top. And you guys, this is what we've got. It kind of looks like I've put gold leaf on the top of the bath bombs. These are so festive and so pretty, and I wish you could smell my craft room right now. It smells so amazing. It's just bright and citrusy and happy, and I think these are just such a fun holiday gift. especially with it cold and dreary outside. This is the perfect winter bath. Okay, this is how I package my bath bombs. So these are actually baking cups that you would bake cupcakes in. They're at 5-ounce size. And what I do, I actually love these, especially for my mooncake press bath bombs, because it protects the top, the decorative top of the bath bomb from getting crushed. So I printed off some labels. I will link all of this below. My label has the ingredients, the name of my bath bomb, and then I'm going to take a cellophane bag and a little twist tie. I put my bath bomb into the little cupcake mold or cupcake baking cup, and I make this look a lot more awkward than it is. Sometimes it's a lot trickier to do something underneath a camera than you would think. So I'm just putting this in the cellophane bag, and then I'm going to grab that little twist tie and twist it off. You could also tie a bow around it, but I like the twist tie because it keeps it nice and tight, and it keeps the fragrance inside the bath bomb, so you're not losing any of that scent. And this is what we've got. I think this is such a fun way to package these. Super decorative, super fun for giving as gifts. And I hope you guys like this. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear what other tutorials you'd like to see. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please know how much I appreciate your support. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do. That would be wonderful. And if you have any questions, comments, thoughts, ideas, please put those below. All right, you guys, we'll see you next time.